All right, good morning, sub traders. Happy Thursday, everybody. Looks like everyone is logged in. Good to see you all. Everybody on YouTube, Facebook Live, welcome back on this lovely day. Nice little rally yesterday. Bad news for people that are looking for mortgages. Good news for people in the stock market. Had a hell of a rally, over 930 points. Starting to get a little bit of correction down, about 190. But I want to talk a little bit about it. What some stocks are moving, what we traded yesterday, how we traded it yesterday. We did do phase 3. We finished up. We'll talk a little bit about that for some of you that were not students and would like to be. We'll tell you what the strategy behind that, but then also pretty much talking about the just overall some of the stocks like this BTTX. It's moving up gorgeous right now, just out of nowhere. Look at the stock, just literally just had a really, really nice pop, nice trend, 215 all the way to 260. I mean, some of you would probably be done by now just on pre-market on that one. But a couple of things I just wanted to cover and talk about some of the stocks. Obviously, we traded yesterday. Obviously, you know about the interest rates did go up. And what exactly does that mean? Well, I'm not a fan to trade when interest rates come out, because you saw, like, I mean, I'll bring up Apple, for example, because that is probably a really good example of showing you how wacky the stock was. Let me just bring this chart. So you could see right here was 230 when the news came out right there, and you could see how the thing just basically slingshot and came all the way down and went down to 60 and went shot all the way back up. Now, this is why you got to wait the first 15 minutes after they do interest rates, because people don't know, okay, the news is out. Is it good? Is it bad? What's Bill doing at Goldman Sachs? What's Mike doing at Morgan Stanley? What's BlackRock doing? Who's jumping in? So these are the things you got to be a little careful of it. And then you could see how everything had a really, really nice push. So there was a lot of good stocks that made some really good moves. Anything you pretty much traded yesterday was pretty good. The only sucky part about the whole thing, it died out. Okay. Once you got around, like if you were not in around 3 o'clock, right around here, right, like right at that end, you would have got that big push. And it goes across the board. I mean, look, steel, every one of them, moved very nice. But if you try to catch like you can see US Steel right around 330, we did trade the stock. It went down, it went up. It was all about that 3 o'clock move. And I mean, the list goes on and on and on. AMD had good earnings, good pop. After you could see that also, nice little move, even though, good earnings pop with the market in the afternoon. It all was basically relative. So those are really, more or less to trade going into, when you're talking to a Fed rate, first time in 20 years, they raise it up that much. And I don't know if it's really going to be done. So listen, the big thing I always tell everybody as a professional trader, what we've learned, and you will learn, is that when you come from my experience doing this for 25 years and you hear these war stories like, oh, I heard about the internet bubble. Oh, I heard about the financial crisis. Oh, I heard about 9/11 when a plane hit the Twin Towers. Oh, I heard about Hurricane Sandy when the whole of downtown was underwater. Oh, I heard about the virus, So there's always going to be these catastrophes. And unfortunately, those catastrophes are our opportunities. You might not like it personally. Listen, I know a lot of people got destroyed with when the financial crisis, but when they bailed out the banks, and I know people were like, up and with the pitchforks and like, what are you kidding me? You're bailing out the bank. They're the ones that are screwing us, and everyone lost their homes and everything. Us traders, my God, I bought Citibank at $1 and a penny. $1 and a penny. I mean, I was freaking out at $1 a penny, because I'm like, we must have had about 5 or 6 banks that went out of business. Bear Stearns, I mean, like Wachovia. I mean, the list can go on and on and on. I mean, but they all basically did well. So yeah, you probably got hurt doing there, but you could benefit from there. And this is the thing you learn being a trader. So regarding about the Fed rate yesterday, hopefully everybody learned it, because some of you probably would think like, oh, the market's going to crash, and that's why, like, I always come out, I tell my traders, what do you think the market's going to do? I say, I don't have no freaking clue. I don't care, because it's not what I think, it's what the street thinks. You know what I mean? I have a little bit of experience, a little bit of an idea what I hear there and that, but they're always wrong too, you know? So that's the way you have to look at it. But there were a lot of good stocks that traded. I want to talk about one specifically, was Lyft. So Lyft, I just want to point this out on Lyft, and I don't have the date. Do I have the date on it? Hold on. This is a really cool stock, and I really think you guys need to see this. I might be able to get the data on it. Hold on. Let's see if it comes up. So we traded this yesterday in phase 3, and this stock right here was probably, you know, one of the a great educational tools. And this is what makes cyber trading with cyber trading universities today, and why people want us to train them. And this is why, you know, you take our classes, and this is what you kind of more or less learn. So I'm almost there. I think I almost got the data. Yeah. Okay. Am I there? Okay, I got it. Here it is. Okay. So right here, I just want to point this out. We watched this stock right around here. You could see it right there. If you guys can kind of see what I got going on here. Right around here, you could see right around the stock, you could on the intraday chart. Let me just show you the intraday chart. You can see this. This thing took a huge hit, came all the way down. And if I go back the day before, you could see what happened here. The thing got decimated. Went from $30 after hours, dropped down to 23. And then the next morning, I mean, the damn thing just didn't stop, went all the way down to 20. But if you look right here, we watched this stock patiently, came down. And right around here, you could see it. There was literally 120,000 share buyer out there. Okay. And let me repeat that, 120,000. So if you waited and you waited and you waited and you waited and you watched, and right around 10:15, 10:30, then you could see the stock literally went from at $20, went all the way up to about 21, you know, make $1, 1,000 shares, $1,000, $250,000 salary. It might not be a lot for some of you. For everything, it's probably lotto. But you know what? To me, that's a pretty substantial amount of money right there. Okay. All about following the money. And it's bringing that up because Lyft was an awesome, awesome trade yesterday. Another one, too, was Chang. This stock, you could see it. Wow, looks great, right? 2 days. Well, did you see what happened? Did you see what happened the day before? Stock was 25 and went all the way down to 15. So a little bit of a dead cat bounce on this stock. It's starting to become a little bit of a gap fill. That was also a very good little trade yesterday, too. And I'm not going to go talking about more about all the other brand name stocks with the Feds, but you get where I'm coming with this. But overall, it was all about seeing what happens over the course of the day, following the money, and then going from there. So if you're watching YouTube, Facebook Live, or, you know, if you're new here to Cyber Group and you're doing your new trial, this is where it's all about. Stop focusing on the past and start looking at the future, and the future are those orders. Now let's talk about some stocks that are moving this morning. I want to keep an eye on. I want to keep an eye on Twitter. We all know the story about Twitter and about the buyout and everything, but for some reason she's got a nice little push this morning. She's up about $1.70, even though the market is down. So that stock is doing pretty well. A cheap little stock right here also, HYMC. We've traded this stock back in March. It was a very cheap stock, was down to 20 cents. But then you could see it, damn thing ran to $3. So as long as we're above the dollar price range, it makes it easier to see these level twos. To see the level threes and all the buy orders out there. Not really seeing too much in pre-market right now, but it is a nice level one stock. So if you are a beginner trader, this is right up your alley. This stock is a little expensive. This stock had a really nice push and came back down, but the BTTX, you know, you could see it is a pharmaceutical drug. Looks like we're having a nice push on this one. Do I have it on level 4? Yeah, there was a big buyer right here. You can see about 100,000 right above around 250. So that looks like it's a pretty substantial support levels. And oh, what a coincidence. Look at that. So some of you are like, oh, well, what makes that's a support levels? No. There's no such thing of a support level unless the buyer is out there. Okay. The buyer's out there now. But guess what? He pulled his order. So I don't know how much you'd still think it might be support levels. So, but I'm putting it on my watch list because it's got good volatility on it. And another thing, I didn't really see that much in pre-market. For some of you logged in early in Cyber Group morning, we start here before 8 a.m. I looked at the list and I really didn't see that much out there. I was working my way down, but only a couple of things showed up. One thing that was pretty cool that got destroyed, I didn't realize Shopify, we got this hammered. God, $1,800 stock down to 400. I don't know what's worse, that or maybe Netflix is worse. maybe Netflix is maybe Netflix is a little worse. But down, stock's down a lot. If you're an advanced trader, you've been trading for a while. You could trade 10 shares of the stock. You could trade 100 shares. But the volatility's there. We're all over that. Even W, my God, this one's getting hammered too. All these stocks that had these wonderful rallies due to the, was this Wayfair? I mean, look at this thing. It was a $350 stock down to 79. Online shopping is getting hurt. Listen, people going back to work. The virus is over. Maybe for some of you it's not. But listen, when it comes to majority, you got to look at what's out there. So these stocks look like they're not doing too well lately. No problem. Thank you very much, Mac, on YouTube, Facebook Live. Appreciate your comments and stuff. Other than that, I would be not that much out there. On the New York Stock Exchange, I didn't see that much on the action part of it. Not really that much out there. So we got a couple of stocks. HYMC made a little pop right here. Let's keep an eye on the petroleum stocks. They were pretty decent yesterday, but sometimes it can get a little wacky. Lyft, obviously, we can keep an eye on that one after making that really, really big crash yesterday, making a little bit of a comeback. But we can keep an eye on Lyft too. All right, anything I'm missing I did not call out? George is saying Nikola. So Nikola just had a nice little pop right there. I mean, I wouldn't buy into it. It's only, probably a 9 a.m. pop right there where we get the program trading, but it's only up about 1%. So I probably would say, nah, probably not. All right. So we got a little decent list. Now we know there's always something's going to pop up when the market opens up. So we'll see if we see something, we'll say something. If you're watching YouTube, Facebook Live, we'll see you back here at 2:30, or just like us and friend us. If you're watching recording, you can always do a trial. Just make sure you subscribe to us. New Cyber Group members, please don't buy anything that we traded. We did not teach you. If you don't know how to read the chat, if you don't understand what's going on, you all have access to our education advisors. Please call them, make this experience so you can enjoy it to see if it's for you or not. Because you know what? If you see it and you like it, this is probably the best job in the world. So why not go out there and monetize it? So do it right. Enjoy your trial. And traders, you know what the game is. It's game on in about 15 minutes. Let's go out there and if you see something, say something. Let's all trade together. All right. Good luck, everyone. Happy trading.